Senator Hope Uzodinma, the Secretary to Imo State Government, Chief Cosmos Iwu, all political appointees here present, captains of industries, the academia, distinguished gentlemen of the press, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and welcome to this year's edition of HerbFEST. The theme for this year's event is the healing plants of Africa. And you know, HerbFEST is an annual event. It is regional and is a natural products expo with a mission to bring together a wide range of stakeholders, entrepreneurs, the academia, policymakers, private and government, the general public, even orthodox and traditional medical practitioners are involved. It is for the use of research, promotion and development of herbal and natural products. And this program is powered by Bioresources Development Group. And the president is an illustrious son of this state, Professor Maurice Iwu. Thank you very much. The program is being organized in collaboration with the Imo State Government, the Standardization of Nigeria. We also have the Raw Material Research Development Council, the Imo State Health Insurance Agency, and Agricultural Food for Life as collaborators. The major aim of this program, HerbFEST, I told you earlier, this is the 13th edition, is to showcase our achievements, research results, reach biodiversity and investment opportunities to the world, and to enhance the patronage and recognition, productive capacity and income status of small producers. You know, when I extended this invitation to one of the invitees, she said she doesn't have any herb to display. I told her, why come with your ginger and garlic? At least I know those ones are the herbs, and I use them. You know, Prof talking to the press sometime last week, he said, let your medicine be your food, and your food your medicine. So the essence of this program is for us to know that we have herbs, we have plants that are medicinal. And he also said that most of the drugs we have are made from plants. That's, I know, and you will agree with me. So, for a rundown of what we are going to do today, we are going to have an exhibition, an expo. The exhibition will feature a wide range of products and services in the herbal, health, and natural products fields. The industry focus is on companies or entrepreneurs with products and technologies in the following: herbal medicines and remedies and medicinal and aromatic plants products. Two, there will be an exhibition also on health, cosmetics, and beauty products. The third one is health foods and food ingredients. We also have natural products. We'll have an exhibition on vegetable syrups and extracts. Also, we have biotechnology or technology innovations. We also have documentations and equipment of applications and services. We are going to also have a symposium and a conference. Remember, the theme for this year's HerbFEST is the healing plants of Africa. And it's related with the sub-themes. One is the therapeutic application of the healing plants of Africa. The cultivation of medicinal plants, the standardization of herbal products. We also have processing and production of herbal products. And lastly, we will have herbs and spices of commercial interest. The symposium will also feature the following sections: the plenary session will have the symposium will also feature the following sections: the plenary session with the sub-team presentation, the plenary session 2 abstract presentation, and then discussion. Very quickly, we have, you are all distinguished, but we have very distinguished personalities in our midst. And it's my pleasure to invite the Secretary to the Imo State Government to the high table, Chief Cosmos Iwu. You're welcome, sir. May I also invite the Honorable Commissioner for Health, the #1 health officer in Imo State, the only commissioner with 2 superlatives in his name: success and prosper. Dr. Prosper Ohaya, success. You're welcome, sir. We have Professor Maurice Iwu, the president of Biodevelopment Group. Apologies to those who don't understand Igbo language. All prophecy will win about today. Sir, please, can you move to the high table? We have Professor McDonald Idu, the keynote speaker in this occasion. Please, can you move to the high table? We have some personalities online. Apologies to them for keeping them waiting. We have Professor Q. Melud. She will talk to us virtually. Professor Olabayo Kule is also here. Dr. Miguel Gemi would speak to us virtually. I also want to recognize the Director of Biodevelopment Conservation Program, Professor Elijah Sokumba. You're welcome, sir. We are still expecting some dignitaries. When they come, we will recognize them. Thank you very much. This program also have a training session. The theme for the training workshop is the organic cultivation and standardization of herbal products. The training session will feature interactive sessions, training on how to write effective standard operating procedures, It will also have training on the organic cultivation of medicinal and aromatic products. Training on how to get your herbal products through NAFDAC regulatory framework. And also a GMP assessment questionnaire. The training session will also involve abstract and poster session. A selected number of research papers will be presented in that session. And the session will highlight recent developments in the area of sourcing, processing, research and development of herbal and natural products. It will, in addition, create networking opportunities for partners in collaboration funding and research grants. The herbal health and natural product fields. The industry focus is on companies or entrepreneurs with products and technologies in the following fields: herbal medicines, remedies, and medicinal and aromatic plant products, health, cosmetics, and beauty products, health foods and food ingredients, natural products, vegetable salves and extracts, biotechnology or technology innovations, documentations, equipment, fabrications, and services. The symposium and conference theme is Food as Medicine, Harnessing the Economic Potential of African Medicinal Plants. We're also going to have a training Okay, this is about the training theme for 2018. You know, this program started 30 years ago, and this is the 13th edition. And the theme for that year was Good Manufacturing Practices. Sorry, please. The governor will be here soon. He is ably represented by the deputy governor of the state, Professor Placid Njoku. Let me quickly recognize the presence of the Executive Secretary of Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Dr. E.I. Wanguma. You're welcome, sir. to the high table. Professor Kunle, if you're here, please can you move to the high table, please? The Deputy Governor is already here. Can we stand on our feet? The Deputy Governor of Imo State, Professor Placid Njoko. You're welcome, sir. The national anthem. While we are still standing, let's take the second stanza of the national anthem while opening prayer. O God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and living just and true, great lofty heights attain, to build a nation where peace and justice reign. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Your Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, ably represented by the Deputy Governor of Imo State, Professor Placid Njoko. Once again, you're welcome to the 13th edition of HerbFEST. I said earlier that it is an annual event, and it is powered by no other person than the illustrious son of Imo State, Professor Maurice Iwu, the president of Bioresources Development Group. He decided to do this in this state this year. So I will thank you very much for bringing this program to Imo State. At this point, may I invite the #1 health officer in Imo State, the Honorable Commissioner for Health, Dr. Prosper Ohayara Success, to give his welcome address.
Your Excellency, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, Governor of Imo State, heavily represented by His Excellency Professor Placid Njoko, the Deputy Governor of Imo State, the Secretary to Imo State Government, Chief Cosmos Iwu, members of the Imo State Expanded Day School who are here and who are yet to come, the keynote speaker, Professor McDonald Edu, the President, Bioresources Development Group, Professor Maurice Iwu, standing on existing protocol, I want to welcome you heartily to Imo State this morning on the occasion of the 13th annual HerbFEST, which is a natural product expo with a theme, the healing plants of Africa. I think I'm giving this welcome address because there is healing in the theme. And once you talk about healing, you talk about health. Our food is our drug. This Natural Product Expo is going to expose us to the very important organic nature of the plants we have. It is a period for us to learn the economic parts and the healing parts of going into cultivation of certain plants. I want to, on behalf of my co-host, who is the Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Bartolome Okorochukwu, who is also a medical doctor, welcome you all. Ask you to relax. Imo State is a very hospitable state. Enjoy this program from today till the day it will end, and give your best to it. I also want you to know that Imo State is co-owning this HerbFEST with Bioresources Development Group, whose president is our illustrious son, in whom we are well pleased. Welcome to the 13th annual HerbFEST. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner. I think he deserves a better round of applause. He's actually my boss. And you know, I told you earlier that he is the only commissioner in Imo State who has two superlatives in his name: prosper and success. When you work with him, you will prosper and you will succeed. I always tell people, if you need more information on that, contact me. Thank you very much. A round of applause for me too. Thank you. I would like at this juncture to recognize the presence of Professor H.D. Ibrahim. He is the DG and CEO of the Raw Materials Research Development Council, Abuja, ably represented by the Overseeing Director, Agriculture and Agro-Allied Department of the Council, Dr. Sam Epirekwe. Please, if you're here, can you move to the high table? May I humbly invite the President of Bioresources Development Group, Professor Maurice Iwu, to introduce HerbFEST 2022.
Executive Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, ably represented by Deputy Governor of Imo State. Now I have to also say, Your Excellency, Professor Placid Njoko, who is also here on his own accord, Deputy Governor of Imo State. I'm also very glad to welcome the Secretary of Government of Imo State, Chief Cosmos Iwu, who was one of the people who participated in the pioneer HerbFEST in 1994. Why I mentioned that in Imo State, not many people will remember that he's first and foremost a geophysicist by training, because the administration has made it look like as if all you have been doing is administration. I also want to recognize my own brother, the Honorable Commissioner for Health, and other members of the State ESCO who are here present. I cannot but pay special tribute to my brother and friend and colleague and associate, Professor Elijah Shekumba, who has been a close associate for the last 30 years. Professor, you are welcome. Prof and I have partnered in what in Nigeria seems an impossibility in Africa. But we have been together. We were together. He became Executive Secretary of West African Pharmaceutical Federation, and I was the one holding forth at the BDCP then. We are together. He became the Director of NAFDAC. Not many people know that he was the one that wrote the regulation that people in NAFDAC are using now. In those days, I held forth. We were together when I was in INEC. For the period, he was alone in BDCP. And by the grace of God, we have pioneered and persevered all this while. I'd like to recognize most respectfully the keynote speaker for today, Professor McDonald. I don't want to preempt him or say what he's going to tell us. I'd like to recognize Professor Kunle, and with him the people at SON. They say that we need leadership to make things happen. If you go to SON, then you'll be able to appreciate what, whenever you have a new leader, when you have people who are focused, things happen. I would not want to preempt what SON has done. So that's part of why we are here today. One of the major criticisms of traditional medicine and herbal medicine have a lack of standards. But I think they'll be able to tell the world, if we go to their stand out there, that they have pioneered several standards that are of international repute. I would like to I could have gone on recognizing so many of you here, because the individual contact and relationship between us and you. But it has gone so many years. One of the speakers today and tomorrow, he was my student. We became colleagues. We became friends. He flew all the way from the United States of America. He became one of the foremost macognosis Africa has produced. Not recognized Dr. Chris Okunji, who is here in person. I keep recognizing and then think that's what the HerbFEST is all about. I have a very young man. He was young when I met him, so I still see him as a very young man. He's the director of our center at Suka. He was a very young person some years back. He came to me as a postdoc, and then we built a relationship that has stuck since then. I'd like to appreciate the presence of Dr. Mikel Jimenez, who is a Cameroonian pastor, but now a Nigerian by adoption. I can go on and on and on, but I don't want us to on recognition slowly. But you know that the story of EDG will not be complete without NIMF Master. Not many people know that we have a pharmaceutical affiliate. One of my favorite persons at NIMET, a very meticulous and methodical scientist who has been in the forefront at NIMET and now is a consultant on his own firm, but still work for us at NIMET, not recognized pharmacist Femi Ojukoya, who is also here with us. I started doing recognition just to let you know that HerbFEST didn't just start. And we made sure that it happened. As the moderator did mention rightly so, it is a regional natural product congress. We have the symposium, which is what we are doing today. We also have the teaching part of it. But more importantly, we have opportunity to exhibit what Nigeria and Africa have done for the past year, and then when we used to do it every other year for the past 2 years. I don't want to belabor you with the impact of this particular sector in the healthcare delivery. We know that almost everybody, but official figures say 80% of people consult and use herbal medicines. But what is sad is that we as a continent have not participated meaningfully in the development of these products. We do not supply, we do not consume, we do not research in this sector because we are more content with being able to have revenue from oil. During the COVID-19 period, when COVID-19 started, people predicted I would be dropping dead on the street. But it did not happen. The jury is not yet, is still out there. But the scientific evidence we have show that contrary to the expectations and the predictions of the world, that Africa had the lowest death rate of COVID-19. It couldn't have been because of our sophisticated medical system. It couldn't have been because of our early warning system. It couldn't have been because we are superior human beings than others. I think we believe that is entirely mostly due to the fact that our people use healthy food and also use herbal remedies to tackle such diseases. It may also interest us to know that 100%, I'm not saying 99%, 100% of all known anti-malaria drugs owe their origin or the idea of making them from plant-based drugs. So without plants, we wouldn't have been able to tackle malaria. But one of the significant things that we learned from malaria drug development is the fact that nearly in all cases, it is the lack of availability of the raw materials that led to the synthesis of the new anti-malaria. If not for the scarcity of the cinchona bark, chloroquine wouldn't have been made. It was because the Germans had a monopoly of the source of cinchona that chloroquine, the idea of synthesizing something that looked like quinine, but not quite quinine, was made. If not because of the fact that we now have the artemisinin that came from Artemisia annua, because of the bulk of having it in another life, another time, we then had to look for how to get artemisinin as a good drug. So you can see that all known anti-malaria drugs came from plants. Then, surprisingly, all